Hi, colleagues. My name is Dr. Linh Phung. I'm the founder of Edulink here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the USA. In this presentation, I'm going to share about mobile learning and task-based language learning. This is the title of my presentation. And here's my website. But let me start by saying that, as you know, language learning apps have become more and more popular and have attracted a large number of users according to the business of apps here. There's great potential of mobile-assisted language learning because it can link the local and the global contexts. In addition, learners learn through short episodes throughout an extended period of time. The devices also link personal and social experiences with other people. In addition, you can see that language learning apps or mobile-assisted language learning can be flexible, customized, and self-paced. It may improve learners' engagement through gamification and other design elements. It also promotes learner autonomy and self-regulated learning strategies. Now, with the rise of AI, you can see that AI has been incorporated into a lot of language learning apps, according to my quick review here. However, the issue with mobile-assisted language learning that has been noticed in the literature is that the focus has been on teaching vocabulary in isolation. There's limited corrective feedback, and there's very limited user interaction. As the developer of the Edulink Speak app, I can share that the app is unique in that it is task-based and pedagogically driven. It has both input-based and communicative tasks. It has meaningful texts, not just short sentences. The app connects learners to talk in pairs during tasks. It allows learners to complete tasks individually also, and it also incorporates gamification elements to engage learners. Now, let me talk a little bit about task-based language teaching. I'm sure you have learned about this concept, but I want to give a quick definition here. Task-based language teaching is an approach to language teaching that aims to develop learners' communicative competence by engaging them in meaning-focused communication through the performance of tasks. So the concept of tasks here is very important. What is a task? A task is an activity in which a person engages to attain an objective, and which requires the comprehension and or production of meaningful messages. You can see that I highlight some key terms here. Usually when we communicate, we want to attain an objective. And through this interaction, we need to either comprehend ideas or we need to express our ideas. And this is the definition of a task in language teaching and learning. Examples of real-life tasks, including ordering food in a restaurant, scheduling a meeting with a colleague, or listening to the eclipse forecast, which just happened here in the US, to know where to go and see it. When I develop tasks for the classroom, I often use these 4 criteria to make sure that my activity is a task. The first criterion is that learners' primary focus is on meaning. They want to express ideas. They want to understand ideas. Learners use their own resources instead of, say, practicing a list of words that the teacher gives them. There is a communicative gap to give them a reason to communicate. Maybe this gap is an information gap. Each person in the interaction has different information to exchange, for example, and usually there's a non-linguistic outcome. They need to have something to show that they have completed the task. I want to give you this example as a one-way task. And actually, the picture here comes from my children's book that I published maybe over a year or two ago. So in this one-way task, you have the picture on the screen here that you can see, and I have a different picture, and I'm going to describe the picture, and you have to look at yours and then find the differences between my picture and yours. In this picture, I see a mommy and a daughter playing hide and seek. The mom is standing next to a big tree, and above her is a blue butterfly. So perhaps by this point, you have already noticed that the difference is the butterfly. I have a blue butterfly in my picture, and you have a pink butterfly in your picture. This task can also be a two-way task. When your students work in pairs as student A and student B, each of them has a picture and they have to describe it without showing it to their partner so that they can find the 5 differences. And you can see that this is a task because there's a gap, the information gap. The focus is on describing the picture and understanding someone else's description. So the focus is on meaning. Learners need to use whatever language that they have to achieve the task goal. And the non-linguistic outcome here is the differences that they can mark on their pictures. Okay, so I want to share with you many different types of tasks that I have in the Actually Speak app. And as I mentioned, this is the app that I have been working on for over 2 years now, and I'm very happy to share that it has been used by students from all over the world. It has over 1,000 tasks organized into courses that learners can take in their own time. It has over 45 types of tasks to create variety and promote language learning. So one really unique feature of the app is that learners can be connected to talk in pairs and perform the tasks in pairs. To do this, they can connect with someone else randomly, or they can pin their profile in the social lounge and then make friends, or they can talk to volunteers and classmates. I want to give you some examples of some interactive tasks here. You can see the similar task of finding differences between 2 pictures. But remember, each student has access to just 1 picture. I also have a lot of crosswords on the app, and learners, again, have to work with each other to complete these crosswords. This is an example of a solo task. So in this task, learners just listen to a description of a picture, and then they have to move the words to the picture. This task actually focuses on the difference between the L and the R sounds in English, which are quite difficult for students from Japan, for example. And you can also see other types of tasks here that learners can complete. I have more examples here, and like I say, the strength of the app is the variety of tasks that it has. So as a language teacher, I also want to provide scaffolding to students. So with most of the tasks, students also have some pre-task vocabulary introduction. During the performance of the task, they also have hints and translation that they can use if they run into difficulty. At the end of the task, usually there's also a review activity in which they make more discovery about language, or they learn something new from the task or the text that they have encountered. This is also a really special feature. Thanks to AI, students can now receive AI feedback on their grammar, vocabulary, not pronunciation yet. I plan to add pronunciation later, but they can receive feedback on their content, organization, grammar, and vocabulary. Now, with the advancements of AI, learners on the Actually Speak app can also complete tasks with AI apart from completing tasks individually or with another student. The conversations with AI are multimodal in that learners can use both their voice and text to interact with AI. They can also access their past conversations in history. What is different between Edulink Speak and ChatGPT is that learners don't have to worry about creating prompts for their conversations with the AI. The tasks have already been set up for them on the app. They can just open it and complete it with the AI. This is an example of a decision-making task between a learner and the AI. And as you can see, they need to talk with each other to plan a party together. And you can see that they are talking about the different dishes, including pizza, what else? Tacos. And there's a conversation back and forth between the learner and the AI, and a lot of language is produced during the interaction in the oral as well as the textual format. Learners can also play games with AI on the Edulink Speak app, and this is an example of a 10 questions game on the app. The AI here has a secret animal, and the learner has to ask yes/no questions in order to find out the animal. The AI also gives some hint so that it's easier for the learner to guess with each turn. This is actually a conversation between my then 5-year-old daughter and the AI. I was there to help her to come up with the question, does it slither? And then later on, I was delighted to see that she remembered the word. And in the conversation, you can see that she was really silly in her responses to the AI, but the AI was really patient and polite, and it always responded to her. And this can be a great opportunity for students to receive input and to interact on their own time with their own linguistic resources. What I also believe in is that when there is teacher mediation, then language learning in the mobile environment can be more effective. So my app also has an educator dashboard. And with this dashboard, teachers can create classes, add students, assign tasks, and give more feedback to students. This feature can be easily integrated into existing courses and school curriculum. When you assign tasks to students, students have access to tasks assigned by you. They can make friends with other students to talk in pairs, and they can see feedback from you, their teacher. Now I have used this app as a teacher, and many students have used it to improve their English skills. They may just take the courses available on the app by themselves without any teacher intervention. They may also take 4-week courses scheduled by teachers or longer courses with live lessons scheduled by teachers. Or school may integrate this into their offerings so that students have more practice on their own. Now, I would like to show you the Edulink Educator dashboard. With the Edulink Educator dashboard, you can create a class, add your students, assign tasks to students, and view their submissions. Students can submit a recording task to you or a conversation with AI to you, and then you can review it and provide further feedback. Let me show you how to log in. The very first step is for you to create an educator account on the mobile app. At this time, this is the only way for you to create an account. After you create an account, you can go to educator.edulink.org and you can sign in with the same username and password. So I'm going to sign in with my account here. And as you can see, I already have a lot of classes here. But if you need to create a new class, you're going to click on the plus icon here. and then you can enter the information here. There are 3 different ways for you to invite your students to your class. The first way is by a class code without approval required. Students just enter the code and join your class. Or you send them a class code, but then you also need to approve their request to join your class. And the third way is for you to enter their email address so that they can receive a code through email. And after you do that, you can choose a cover image and then click Save. So now let me show you a class that I have. So let me click on this free class here. And you can see that actually in order for you to add students, you need to upgrade the course. So please contact us if you need an upgrade code, because after you add your students, all of them will have premium access to the app. And then you can see the class code here, and you can copy it and send it to your students. The first page here is the news page, and you can post something to the whole class. Your students can also post something and comment on each other's post. When you want to assign a task to students, you're going to click on assignments here. And you can create a topic so that you can organize the tasks into different topics. And when you're ready to create an assignment or a task, then you click on assignment here, and it will bring up the categories that we have. And currently we have almost or maybe over 50 categories here. So you need to be familiar with the categories and different types of tasks that we have. If you're interested in having students talking with the AI, then you can choose Conversation AI, for example, and then you can search by the topic. So maybe I want them to talk about animals. Now I can type it, and you can see that there's one particular task here that comes up, and then you select it and you assign to all students in the class or just one particular student. And then you type in the title, set the due date, assign a topic to it, and then click Save. Now, when you click on the assignment, you will see how many students have been assigned and how many have submitted. And when you view it, you will also see who has submitted it, and then you can view their assignment here. If you want to see the AI feedback on your students' language production, you can ask your students to generate it first before submitting it to you, and then you can provide further feedback on your students' performance by typing a comment or recording a comment here. You can also give them your grade. So this is really a robust way for you to review their work, get support in terms of seeing the AI feedback already generated, and add your own feedback and comments on the students' work. With that, I want to emphasize that while AI can generate feedback, teachers play an important role in generating even more targeted feedback and facilitating engagement and reflection on the feedback. As you can see in the infographic that I generated based on Han and Gal's research, students have different reaction to corrective feedback. Some of them may not do anything. Some of them may just think about it without taking actions. Some even resist the feedback with really negative emotions and reactions. We can say that it is not the corrective feedback, but the engagement with feedback that promotes further learning and development. Overall, I would like to show you a way to deliver task-based language teaching on a mobile format. As you can see, you can create a class on the Edulink Educator dashboard, add your students, and assign tasks to students. They will complete those tasks on their own mobile device and submit their task submission to you. On the app, we have sequenced the tasks into courses so that students can take them at their own pace and on their own time. These include communication courses, courses that prepare students for the IELTS speaking, TOEFL speaking, and aptis speaking exams. In addition, there are courses on pronunciation, idioms, US culture, study skills, and many other topics. I am also very excited to have added a course called Conducting and Reporting Research. It is based on my many years of teaching research writing to ESL students. I have found that when we engage students in conducting a primary research study and working with real data, then we can bring research come to life to them. So this course consists of 8 modules with different videos and tasks that students can engage in. It covers a variety of topics, including different parts of a research paper, how to read a research paper, how to plan for a primary research study, including composing research questions and planning the method of the study. And then with the data that students collect or the data that I provide that they can work with, they write a research paper to report the project. This course is accessible on the Edulink Speak app and is suitable for high school students, college students, or even teachers and professionals who want to refresh some basic and fundamental information about how to conduct and report research. Teachers can use the course in a blended format in that students can learn from the materials from the app, but submit the research plans and writings to teachers to get further feedback and guidance on the research project. Finally, as an illustration of app-based and mobile learning, I have just placed a free course for teachers called Developing Communicative Tasks on the app. It has 5 modules with 18 short videos from Dr. Rod Ellis, myself, and Dr. Huang Nguyen from Columbia University Teachers College. It has concrete examples and demonstrations to walk teachers through how to develop different types of tasks. Now, I would love to host more courses for language learners and courses for teachers and any professionals who want to improve their skills in different areas on the platform. So if you have ideas and would like to collaborate with me, please keep in touch. With the examples of tasks from the Edulink Speak app that I just shared, I'd like to summarize this presentation with some takeaways. First, as you can see, with its portability and AI capabilities, app-based learning offers convenience and easy access to self-paced learning. Students can practice and practice a lot with what they have available on their phone. Tasks can promote authentic language exposure and use, which is different from the traditional language teaching method of focusing on mechanical exercises and grammatical rules. And I'm happy to share more about how to develop tasks that I shared with you today. They can be used in the classroom or with a mobile technology like this. Finally, I recognize that the value of a technological innovation depends on how teachers and learners make use of it. We may have a great innovation, but if teachers and learners don't know how to use it or don't use it, then the value is really limited. And thank you again for listening to my presentation. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to email me with the email address there. And I'm also happy to share more of my experience regarding materials development, mobile assisted language learning, task-based language teaching with you. Thank you and the best wishes to you. Let's stay connected.